receiving our content. It says we are live, but I don't buy it. I don't fucking buy it.
I'd take both these motherfuckers out in the fucking street and shoot them.
Calm down, we're live.
Fuck you. Did you hear what he fucking said?
No, I'm not, Hey, why don't you let that go for a minute? Let's do a show. I'm just going to shut your laptop off the internet.
Motherfuckers.
Would you like that? Oh, the docking talk has begun.
Freaking players and champions alike want us here.
You're going to need to calm it down just a fucking higher bit. You're amped up beyond belief, and it's just not good for you.
What you got in front of the thing there, man?
What the fuck are you talking about?
I think I'm going to stand today, man.
Yeah, you're going to stand for 2 hours. Good idea.
You know,
Stand in the place that you live.
if I think we're out direction, wonder why.
You haven't before.
Of course not. Who sings that?
REM.
That's REM? It's got a little Tom Petty feel to it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like a feel, not like a sound or a voice. You just got like a little Tom Petty feel.
Eric, your hair looks great. Super soft.
Who said that?
Pro Butt Reamer 3.
Super
No.
soft.
No, Adam is.
The fuck's that supposed to mean?
Armand's getting some coffee. He'll be right back.
Getting dacky.
Chastity, you're a little late on the first. First today was the classic firster. First in our hearts, Rennie.
Yeah? You're over here.
He was first today. Armand, you're front and center today.
I'm in the middle of it.
In the middle.
I didn't want to sit by Eric. He's
I'm doing my
farting his ass off all day.
Research. You guys are interrupting. I'm trying to cure this fucking disease.
Are you?
Yeah.
How far close are you?
I'm right on the verge. Maybe right on the verge of
It's on the-
catching it.
On the tip of it.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah.
Has the ship docked yet? Your research stuff?
Well, I'm trying to contract the virus.
Hey, did
first.
we ever give that code? I think I did.
I gave it to you. Remember the code, something like Armand, something docking. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
We were in that contest for
Yeah,
that thing.
I thought it was over.
It was. Well, we had to create a coupon for the code for the store so the person can get their shirt.
Oh, okay. Well, of course.
And the coupon code was something along the lines of Armand likes docking or something like that.
Brilliant.
Nobody tried to use that. It's a one-time use only, and I'll know if you fuck me on this one. I'll know. Nothing I can do about it, though.
At all.
Troy, I want to do Armand a favor here before he slaps you. It's 2 A's in Armand.
That's all right. What did he put?
You were complaining the other day so bad about
I'm
how
not
people...
complaining about the spelling.
Oh, my God.
Not
You
me.
were crying about it damn near.
Me?
Yeah, it was nuts.
What are you talking about? Everybody misspells my name.
You got the coronavirus.
If I got a problem with spelling, I've got a real problem. Because nobody gets it right.
He said, damn, Armand is short as fuck.
Hey, I'm 5'11".
That's not true at all. That's not even remotely close
Hey,
to being true.
they're not going to stand next to me anyway, so how the fuck they going
What's
to know?
more true, that he's 5'11" or I'm 5'15"?
Yeah, you guys are 7 feet tall, man.
We are not 7 feet
You
tall.
got to be 7. Yeah, you're about a foot taller
We
than me.
met
You're Nordic.
We met our friend from Ohio, the guy we played Xbox with him, and the first thing he fucking said when he met us. Now, we've talked to this guy, granted, for what,
Couple
by the time
years at a time.
yeah, 6 years probably at the time, but never met each other. And he's like, you guys are fucking giants. He's like, what the fuck?
What was he, my height?
No, he's
No,
about our
bigger than
height.
you, yeah.
Well, I
What
don't
the fuck are you
why
talking
would- Well,
about?
giant, I would think, yeah, to me, you guys are giants.
Why the fuck ain't the Chromecast working?
Keith, let's be serious. I don't think you're 5'1" either.
Keith, 5'1"? No, come on.
Keith's probably 5'1".
You think so?
At least, I'd say. He's
You
got
know, it's-
Danny DeVito beat.
No, we may be giants next to you. Yeah, I don't know. Super tiny. Really?
I wouldn't say you're tiny. You're squat.
Squat.
Armand is small.
Compact. Hey, man, I'm low to the ground.
He's got a good center of gravity on him.
I'm built like a wrestler.
He's not that much shorter than I am. I'm I'm serious. Like,
Well, I'm also. Are you wearing? So I'm wearing flat shoes. I'm wearing wrestling shoes. So you got like an inch because of your shoes. Okay.
You got like 6 inches because of your shoes.
he made me take them off.
Get that out of there.
Get your finger out of my butt.
So what are you, about 4 inches taller?
I don't know. I can't see.
What does it look like?
Can't see. If I turn my head, I'll lose height.
So what are you, 6'3"?
Fuck no. I'm like 6'1.5". Maybe.
All right, I got the
So
thing on the
I'm like
board here.
5'8".
You feel like you should be getting financial advice from Armand. I'm going to go ahead and tell you you're wrong.
No, go ahead. What do you want?
He wants to go bankrupt. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, what's stock now? No, I got some stock picks for you. I've actually been doing pretty well lately.
Armand is only tall enough to dock with his belly button.
Hey, who said that?
That would have been our good buddy Frank.
Thanks, Frank.
Of course, it was Frank. Frank's on with the
Yeah,
document.
Frank, boy, I'll tell you, he never misses a
He'll
shot.
go down
does
in
he?
history.
Never misses an opportunity.
So
I still got his block of wood. I was
we got two
just admiring it.
We got 2 sets of shits here today.
Why? Okay.
The first one's kind of an outline and a little bit of extra stuff.
Boy,
This
I'll
is
tell
gonna
you
be
what,
the bulk of the
Troy.
show.
If Tesla drops below 800 again, I'd jump on it. But I don't know. It must be up. It
I
might
don't
be
think
up
they're going
100.
below 800 again.
I'll bet you it does.
I'll bet it with your wallet and buy some. I'm not buying any, but
Well, I'm waiting.
I don't think it's going
If it does, I'll buy it. I don't want to buy it now. Let's see what it's at right now. It was up like 100 points today. I don't know if it's at 909, up 50 points.
Yeah, so I'm saying it's not going below 800 again.
Are you kidding? It could do that in a day. You want to bet?
No, I'm not sure. Again. Anyway, about the show.
Okay. Well, you were insulting my
What's a
stock
show?
acumen.
Well, you're it's
What's
Top-
a show?
call
Top-
it acumen is.
Top 3
Being nice
stock
about it.
picks. Well, it depends on the price. I've got
You got access. To
I've got
Redbud.
Bank of America. I've got GE,
What else?
and I'm looking at Pfizer just in case.
Oh, right on, right on.
Pfizer below 36 is a good buy.
Goodbye.
AMD and AMAT are good, but I think they're gonna
this one.
come
It
back a
doesn't
little
stop.
bit.
He's coming through.
I think they're gonna.
We could shut him all the way out. We get hard.
I had both of those
here.
actually.
Did you?
I like them both. Yeah, but I think they're a little overpriced, especially with this.
There's nothing in that one. We're trying to shut you completely off, but it's not working.
Why?
Huh?
I don't know.
Oh, it's this.
People are asking.
That
They're
one's
trying to
yours,
make
yeah.
money.
Oh yeah. Are they?
Yeah,
Oh.
tell me about it. That's what. That's
if you'd
why I
like
went
to
broke.
make some money, you're gonna have to donate to. No.
But
Listen, there's all kinds of scams on the internet. If you give me $20, I'll tell you about them.
no. Hey, listen. For
Anyway.
our listeners, I give free stock tips.
Here's the deal today. Here's our outline for the day. Numbered
Remember,
out.
when we were doing Ocho, man, I used to give a stock
I
tip
got
every
this.
week.
Everett was explaining something to you, Dr.
No, man,
Kachagian.
it's okay, Doc.
Docking.
No
Doctor.
K. I don't want a K
Anyway.
on that.
Here's how this works today. See these numbers? They correspond with numbers on this sheet and on this sheet.
So?
So this is the order we're wanting to go in today.
Oh, well,
I'm telling you so you kind of go with the program
now
instead of jumping all
I'll
around.
just let you guide me, and I'll give the color commentary.
Well, no shit, but I just want you to we got a way we
Excuse
want to
me.
do
We
things
don't
in
want
an
you
order.
mentioning this whenever we're on this, and then we'll get to that.
If I get you these a couple hours before the show, you think you could be
No, I wouldn't even look at them.
Yeah, I know you wouldn't.
I don't even consider this show until 10 till. I've got docking to do.
That's true.
That's true.
Busy docking. He's a son
Yes.
of a. He's a mother docker.
If he was an 80s man, he'd be Doc.
Frank, I'm on Robinhood actually, but I don't know.
Prince
I
of
don't.
Tights?
I use TD Ameritrade also, light peach.
I don't
Yep,
believe that.
I do.
No, you don't.
65 cents a trade.
You're,
Or
a,
65
you're a goddamn liar.
65 cents a contract for options.
Okay, then. Oh, I got to set the lights up, don't I? We've been doing that whole thing lately with the
Frank,
lights.
the dock market.
You play the dock market, Armand?
I yes.
He knows the fucking dock
Yes,
market for
right.
sure. Come on.
The Dow Jones stock market.
What's going on with that? Don't be fucking giving me epileptic seizures now because of the flashing lights.
Yeah.
Can we get some regular fucking lights in here, please? We don't want the fucking flashing ones. We
All
want
right, listen.
red
I want
ones.
what's the date today? The
19th.
I want it told Tesla will go below 800.
I don't believe you on
I
that.
bet anybody out there.
Look, who knows the dock market better, eh?
Who knows the dock market better?
I know.
I'm fucking docking here.
There
Well,
we go.
Not really, but.
Who gave us money? Seth?
Holy shit.
Wow.
Seth is the man.
Why don't you fill him in there, Everett?
Give him an episode of Joker Smoker Toker.
Tell him you got something better in store.
Well, I mean, we haven't really been doing any Joker
Yeah, I
Smoker
thought you guys
Toker
weren't doing
lately.
that anymore.
No,
Not so much.
But
We've been doing the drive-by, which is kind of like the spiritual,
Yes.
the spirit of the
Incarnation.
Joker Smoker Toker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they
Well, it's
did
not
it.
an incarnation.
They
it's-
started it without me. so
An
there's that.
avatar.
Well, it's only because you are never available. We were wanting to do Joker Smoker Toker, but Eric would never. He's
yeah,
like, nope,
since
I
when
got
are you
stuff
so
to do.
busy?
I have fucking work to do. I mean, I
Yeah.
work.
Okay,
So what are you
that's
working on?
fine and
I
all,
have a
but you can't
job.
blame us whenever we axe the show because you can't, participate.
I wasn't butthurt. Calm down.
Well, you're like, oh,
Well, I was just wondering what's keeping you so occupied.
UGC.
Oh, that. Oh,
sure it is.
I'm doing well on the docks, Frank. I'd have one of those little meat hooks, right? Because I'm a dock worker.
Hey, keep your meat hooks
not,
off.
It's kind of the
What's it
same, but it's
called?
not. The difference is the song. There's no song. I've been on the drive-by a few times, and it's a fucking fun show.
It's the best show ever.
It really, you know what? And it really is like listening to Joker Smoker Toker, and then listening to the drive-by. Drive-by is a lot easier to listen because it's like more natural. We're not in the
Yeah.
studio. We're in the fucking car driving by.
Allegedly.
There's rules like the
I
mic.
ain't going to jail. It's alleged.
The mic comes on as soon as we get in the car, and it goes off.
Right before we take out of the parking spot, we have to be recording, and as soon as we get back in the parking spot, show's over.
Yep, show's over.
Allegedly.
How long does this show last?
Sometimes 15 minutes, sometimes 40 minutes. Depends on what route we take.
That one was 40-minute the other day. I was fucking lit, dude. I'll tell you what. I had to come back here like this.
Man, I was fine.
I was blowed.
You're like Curtis from fucking Up and Smoke. Man, I was annihilated. Chong's like, is this even weed, man?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Tonight I think I'm going to watch a good old Cheech and Chong movie.
Which one? They're all good.
Nice drink.
What's the one where I'm going to turn this towel into a dick?
That's next movie.
That's my favorite one. I like
Ain't that a
one.
peach?
Yeah, ain't that right? But he fucks it up, right?
fucks it up
I'm going
bad.
to turn this into a dick. That always cracks me up.
Oh, wow, that's so great. The fucking Miss Poole from the Hogan family was on that movie, too. Pee Wee Herman was in
Yeah,
that
that's a
movie.
good one. I like that one.
Yeah.
I'll take that if you don't
Cheech and
want that.
Chong's next movie.
Mexican Americans.
Yeah, like to take
They don't like to
Spanish.
get a birdie
They get a
and
bee.
get a bee. Yeah, it's fucking good shit.
It's the best one, man. It's hilarious.
So good.
Dave's not here, man. Wait, that's not that movie, is it? No, man, this is Dave. No, man, Dave went to
That's
get the
from
weed.
one of their albums.
What the hell's Troy talking about?
All right, you guys about ready?
Mr. Lizard, you want a hamburger?
Miss
That has to have some kind of
Lizard.
sexual connotation. All right. Are we starting? Shall we commence?
We can.
Of course. Welcome to... No, we have to do music.
Chastity likes
Yeah, I
our
have to-
table. This is a nice table.
Thanks.
Kidney-shaped table.
Thanks, man. It was a lot of work putting together.
I know, yeah. You really toiled away on it. Very
Yeah.
good.
How many days they
Good
come here and days
craftsmanship.
off, have the shit tore apart, wiring it, putting lights in.
Hey, can we get a fucking
Designing-
cookie over here? Somebody needs a
You
cookie.
know what? I would like a cookie. There's not enough cookies.
I got one. You want a protein cookie? I got one of my
What flavor is it?
triple chocolate.
Yeah, I don't want
Ooh,
to fucking.
fuck.
No,
Make
you
it a
know what? I'm
double.
gonna pass. It
I'm
sounds
not.
really good, but
I'm not.
Eric's got some good
It's like
munchies.
12 grams
I
of
can't
protein.
even do a show.
I can.
Why- Yeah, he does it all the time. He used
Well,
to.
he is a savage.
Yeah, I mean...
Okay, I'm starting the show.
Well, you guys can split one.
Split
Jocker,
roast.
Smocker and Docker.
He's gonna...
Sorry, Frank. They don't let me on that show.
the jocker, the smocker, and the docker.
I know I am,
But
but
you
you got to
gotta
get
get
stoned. Right. You mind if I just shoot up heroin? Is that good enough?
That's not that show.
What show is that?
That's nodding on your knees. Nodding on your knees at 9.
Joker, Smoker, and Mudder.
Huh?
Isn't that
Yeah.
heroin? Mud? Is that a name for it?
I don't know.
What's the matter with you guys? Man, you guys ain't cool. It's H.
You're listening.
You're listening to
That was almost
Surreal
like that.
Talk,
I mean, come
a
on.
look inside the
Eh.
world of cults, conspiracies,
And
and
the paranormal.
Something's not right, man. Something's not right. Something's
Yeah, it's
full of
fine.
shit
It's
here,
fine.
and I don't believe it.
What is?
Something.
Fuck that.
Honestly, this crazy shit could be completely possible. That guy has no clue what he's talking about.
That's true.
Disclaimer: we reserve the right to be wrong, ladies and gentlemen.
And you are.
And that's
And
important.
exercise it.
Often.
We exercise.
that's
that, right?
important.
You know the
Yes.
whole story.
Stinking again.
Again.
now your hosts, Eric and Everett.
Welcome to Surreal Talk, where my name's first. We are back.
Do we have an outro?
Where's your name first at? Yeah, we have an outro.
Really? What is it?
And now your
Different. It's
hosts,
different.
Eric
Oh.
and Everett.
No, we had one.
Yeah. Have you ever listened to the show?
No.
Well, then how the fuck would you know if we have an outro?
I'm in the
people's
show. What do I have to
kids.
listen to it for?
You're out of here as soon as like we say, show's
I'm out
over.
before the,
You pull a TO and just hit the road.
Got him.
I didn't even know we had one.
I'm surprised you don't shit through the first 30
But
minutes of the episode.
let's go back over that for a second. Our hosts, Eric and Everett. My name is first. In
Yeah,
that.
why is that?
Oh, I don't know. It's just the way it was originally done.
It's probably because
It's alphabetical.
over
Alphabetical
EV.
order, yeah.
Are you sure?
In order of appearance.
Are you
in,
sure?
In any important categories, it would obviously be me, then you, but alphabetical.
Right. Sure.
Name one category where I don't beat your pants right off you.
Well, I know where you do get me at, and that's in stomach issues.
Oh, you got me there.
Ooh. Hey, when you were on
Good
that
honest
diet,
about
you
that.
lost a lot of weight.
Arm
Yeah,
wrestling.
I'm just starting to back up, too.
You and your arm
Being
wrestling.
good looking.
Anytime.
Welding.
I want a deadlifting contest.
I can out deadlift you.
Okay.
I'll tear my back up to beat you.
You just have to just pick up real fast with your back, not your knees.
What the fuck are we talking about? We got way off the
With your
target,
legs.
right off the bat.
No, with
today.
your back, and do it in a twisting, jerking
Oh,
motion.
yes, right. And if you want to, and then, if you want to avoid catching coronavirus, don't wash your hands. And,
Drink Bud Light.
Go to China.
I drink. Oh, because you don't want to drink.
Inhale
We're gonna
around
get sued.
sneezes.
Hey, get your fucking life together, will you? Get caught up with my jokes, yeah.
Your jokes are fucking generally dumb, though.
That's the I mean, that's
that
why
the
they're
appeal?
That's why they're funny.
Is that why people like them?
Yeah, of course.
Chastity
Some
seems
people
to
like
think
dumb
that
jokes.
you're a little high. You're
Me?
taking certain
It's been,
excursions
what,
of the imagination.
Hour and a half, 2 hours? What time is it? Yeah, about an hour, 15, 20 minutes.
When's the actual high at its apex? Like if you smoke a joint, when do you get the highest?
Right then.
Pretty close,
Really?
5
Right.
minutes later.
Really? And then it's
Sometimes it
downhill
sneaks up
all the
on
way?
you.
Really? It's not like
Downhill.
well, I mean, if you take like a painkiller or a drug, it's 20.
Hey, you
20
come
minutes,
down
20
eventually, but yeah, more or less you just eat some food and like you just don't even notice it go away, and just all of a sudden you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm not high.
I was like,
Well, how long does it last?
Depends on the weed. Could be fucking 20 minutes.
are
or
you inquiring
2
because you
hours.
want to smoke pot, Armand?
No, I'm just doing some
Fucking Isaac Newton
experimentation.
over here.
Yeah.
Some analysis of drug addicts.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Why don't you
Drug
analyze this while I... what's,
This guy.
Useless dregs of society.
Anyway,
it's
let's,
not a
How
drug.
they became
it comes
that
from
way.
the earth.
Okay.
It's a plant.
So does heroin.
It just grows like that.
Okay. How about heroin?
Heroin's still man-made.
I don't know. It comes
The
from the poppy seed, right?
Yeah, but it's... Are you eating the poppy seed? You're smoking
Oh,
the
poppy
bud.
seed cake. Remember that?
Poppy will
We'll
make
put-
people
We'll put those
sleep.
ants on the cake. Remember that?
I was
No.
thinking
When
poppy
they were
will make them
exterminators, you
sleep.
remember Three Stooges?
Oh, okay. I don't know what the fuck
Yeah,
you're talking about.
oh, poppy seed cake.
Yeah.
There were ants. What's the matter with you?
I'm just waiting to start the show.
Some
What are we
Stooges-
talking about
some
today?
Stooges
Well, we're
aficionado.
It's supposed to be fucking COVID, but as
all right.
always, it devolved into a docking discussion. Then Armand asking
All right. Well, that's just the introduction. Let's get to
senses
the
worth of
meat.
questions about marijuana.
Right.
Stock tips.
Hey, this shit's on the internet, Armand.
Yeah, now it's all blurry. I can't read what everybody's saying.
I did that because you were getting on my nerves.
Oh,
Anyway, this week we're talking about COVID-19, a.k.a. the coronavirus. You know what COVID stands for?
coronaviral disease. 19 is the year, I guess, it was discovered. That's how
Perfect.
they typically do
Perfect.
virus. Wow, that's,
Nailed it.
That's pretty standard.
That's why we got the doc here.
Oh, a virologist.
That's not why we keep you here.
I'm a toe jamologist.
Venereal diseaseologist.
Oh, please. Yes. Write in with your questions.
All right,
Dr. Love.
Be sure to send pics, huh?
Yes. Yes. Right.
let's hop right in. What is corona?
It's a cerveza. Generally, that's you want, I think.
Cerveza.
I was
eh?
waiting for that. I think
Have
it's
you ever
actually.
drank it? It's terrible.
I don't like it.
I don't either.
like Corona, even
Don't
with
fuck
the.
with it.
the
I don't fuck
it's
with the
too much-
lime.
Yeah, if you can do lime and all that other stuff, it's too much trouble anyway.
You might as well just get a mixed drink that's fruity and sweet.
Well, I think Corona is Latin. I mean, like the corona of the sun's like a
sun,
crown,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Isn't that
it's-
Latin for
it's
crown?
yeah.
And that's what the virus
Right,
looks
you're
like
right.
under electron
part of your eye?
microscopy.
That's the corona also? Or am I wrong about that?
No, you're right. You're right.
What's
Hey,
that?
so this is described as a novel virus. Armand, what is a novel virus?
Novel virus.
Yeah, any idea?
It's got
Well,
chapters.
I don't know. I've heard of retrovirus and
Yeah,
DNA
retrovirus
virus
changes
and
your
RNA
right.
virus, but why this isn't any of those? Is that why it's
This is a novel virus named for the crown-like spikes that protrude from its surface.
which are were they glycoproteins? Is that
I
what
don't know. I didn't
those-
check that
I
part
think
of it
those
out.
Spikes are glycoproteins.
Didn't seem important at the time.
The little mushroom heads.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's one way of describing it.
Did you know it can
That's right.
infect both people and animals?
Well, that's
Yeah.
how it. I think that's. Didn't it originate supposedly in
A bat.
I think it was.
It was a bat, I think.
It was in a restaurant.
Well-
I heard from bats. I've heard it started in a restaurant and they shut the place down. And I've heard all kinds of stuff.
No, I think it
Nobody
originated
really
in
knows.
something else first, and then came to bats, and then to humans. Because it's
Oh, there was
supposedly
a
been around like 70 years, if you don't believe Tom Cotton.
Well, there's been a shit ton of these actual coronaviruses. I mean,
Yeah.
SARS is a coronavirus.
SARS is, yeah,
right.
that's correct.
MERS.
MERS is a coronavirus. Yeah, the Middle East respiratory syndrome.
So why are they all umbrellaed under Corona though? They're not like it's
Yeah, they
not
all-
under SARS like the S.
I don't want to get racist, but they all look alike. You know?
I agree.
That's in poor taste.
Is it? I thought it was funny.
Each virus is unique in its own way.
It can cause a range of
It's
respiratory
a
illnesses,
social construct.
from common cold to the more dangerous is like acute respiratory syndrome or SARS, severe acute.
Yeah.
So.
Even though I believe it's not as it's. I think it's much more supposedly virulent and.
They say it's moderately infectious, similar to SARS, very similar. To
But I mean
SARS
the
was.
rate of death.
Oh, so
although it's hard to. It's
they're
hard
saying
to
between
say.
2 and 4%, but that's kind of the discussion. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
is
I don't want to
China-
get ahead of it. Now I know
Right,
you've got
that's
this
near
all
the end.
outlined, so I don't want to get ahead.
I
here.
appreciate you. Thank you.
The flu is not that bad.
That's correct. Ross is correct. The common cold, I believe, is a coronavirus. That's right.
Oh, very good, Ross.
Boy, I'll
Thank
tell
you.
you, we got
Man, we got-
virologists in the audience.
Scientists.
He's had enough diseases, that Ross.
Yeah.
No, I don't know that.
I
for
thought he was from
sure.
the UK and he's actually from like Michigan.
Which Ross?
Ross Horan.
Yeah.
Oh, he's from Michigan?
Yeah, I thought he was
Oh.
British for sure.
Why'd you think that?
I have no idea. It just sounded like Ross is a nice British name.
You know,
What's that
he's kind of
MMA fighter that was come from there with the name Ross.
So how worried should you be about the coronavirus? How
Very.
worried are
I'm
you
not
guys?
worried at all.
I was at the courthouse this morning. 10 fucking people had dust masks or face masks on.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous.
Come on.
And you know
I
who
would
ain't got corona, right?
Everybody relax. Go ahead and sneeze on other people. Don't wash your hands.
Well,
You'll
that's
be
pretty.
fine.
That's pretty
Right.
gross.
We don't endorse that.
Ross is from Wisconsin, he said.
That's what I meant.
They're saying though the seasonal flu though is a way more of a risk. Something like in this season
Yeah.
right now, I'd have to bring in my thing, but 26 million or so people in this season have contracted the flu virus. Something like 14,000 people have died from the flu this season.
Now, do you get your flu shot every year?
No, I don't bother with it.
Fuck no.
I never do.
Come on, man. I'll take
Viruses
the flu.
give you autism, or vaccinations give you
Oh,
autism.
now we got to. Do we do a show on that? I'd love to do a show on that one.
We should redo that. That was one of the worst shows in the history of the show.
Oh, that's
We
great.
did a
So
show
let's
on
repeat
autism?
it.
No, I did.
You did a
That
show
was
on autism? I never listened
No,
to
on,
it. No, I
what the
did
hell
listen
is
to
that?
it. It was fucking terrible.
Just on vaccinations. Yeah,
Oh.
it was like our third show, and I was fucking around. You weren't able to come in that week, so I just.
It's
jumped in.
trash.
Thank you. That's why I
Is
said
it
we should
still
redo it.
up?
Probably.
Thank fucking God you're going to take that down after we get off the air.
No, I'm keeping it up there for the
Obvious.
walls.
I've got a few shows I want taken down too.
Nope.
When you want taken down? The one with the song?
Would I go on a cruise? And yes, not to China.
Oh, yeah.
but yeah, take that down. God damn it.
Damn. God
Yeah,
damn it.
I'd go on a cruise. You know, if
You're
it was,
hurting Betty Grovenstein's feelings, Armand.
For
Jeez.
real. What happens if you meet Brett?
if I got half off,
that 5'2", 190 beauty, big brown nipples,
Listen, I'm trying to address
Hebrew
our
nose.
listeners' queries.
Sorry, my
And you
bad.
guys,
Sorry. Would you please address the queries?
would you go on a cruise anytime soon? Yeah, if I got a good deal, sure.
What's a good deal to you?
I was going to say, Ross, it seems like you're very intelligent, so naturally, Eric assumed you were from England, so that's kind of his prejudice.
He thinks people from England are
yeah,
smart.
yeah, I think he does.
I think they use vocabulary in a nice way.
Better
Like
than
the way-
you.
Yeah.
You don't like that? Like that you don't?
Like that, I don't.
We got to do a show on that.
What's that?
Are the English more intelligent than the Americans?
I wonder
That'd be
if
a
they
good
got
show.
better schooling, I think.
I mean, I would say, what do you judge by?
Yeah, what's your
Average
basis?
IQ?
Well, we're gonna have
Test
to, we're gonna have
grades?
to
I mean, we
determine
don't have
that. Well,
anything
he said
standardized.
vocabulary. That'd be an interesting
I think
test.
their vocabulary is pretty good.
Hmm.
Except they call fries chips and soccer football. Other than that, we're good, yeah.
Listen, I just want to say as a disclaimer, I'm not responsible for any deaths from going on a cruise, Chastity. So
He's going to kill
Well,
you.
good. People were going
Well, she
He-
said
he'll
he's
kill
going.
you. That means he'll kill you.
Okay.
Disclaimer.
I would never go on a boat with Armand. I'm just
Fuck
saying.
no.
Yeah.
Well, come on,
The
let's get a real small
implication.
cabin with one bed.
You know?
Yeah.
It's
That's
not that they won't.
Come
It's just
on.
it's the implication of if they don't.
It's not that you would throw the person overboard, but if they didn't have sex with you, but
Did you see that
The
poor-
implication.
Did you see a few months ago where that grandfather was playing with his kid and he dropped it off the and killed the poor little kid?
Oh my fucking God! No.
Wasn't that horrible? Yeah, I mean, that's
no.
terrible.
Yeah, I don't even want to watch that.
Oh no! And now I think they're charging the guy.
I think as they should.
Oh come
Kind of
on!
fucking idiot puts his kid over a balcony.
I
Michael
think so.
Jackson should have charged his dumbass too.
I disagree, Gestapo. It's a free fucking country.
Mr. Himmler, Herr Himmler.
Okay, well,
I'm not saying they shouldn't have charged the guy who dropped his kid, reckless endangerment, something
Yeah.
like that. It's not murder. But and I don't even think it's what's the less than murder?
Manslaughter.
Manslaughter. I doubt it's even that. Reckless homicide, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, boy. The guy's like 75 years old, and
Was it grandpa or something?
grandfather. Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, he didn't mean to, huh?
Well, I doubt he did.
Right.
So the virus originated in Wuhan, China. You guys familiar with that? It's in
Yeah,
Hubei
I've
province.
been there.
Have you?
No.
Far out. And it has sickened over tens of thousands of people. Something like 40,000 people now have gotten
Here
the virus.
again, before we start any of this, how much of this do we trust as far as epidemiology of the
getting ahead of ourselves.
Chinese communists?
The reports coming out are in Hubei that the actual fatality rate is higher than anywhere else. They're saying, which a lot of people, including myself, think is they let out wrong fucking numbers on accident.
Right.
And this disease is probably worse than what they're letting on. But we'll get there. We got some.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to hear again. I want to take
You're
this
at the
out
helm.
of
I'd slap you.
sequence.
I would slap the
Okay.
shit right out of you. Good.
All right.
All right.
So now they do think that now the theory is though that apparently that laboratory is in Wuhan though, the one where they actually do the,
It was like
Right,
its
the
name is
experiments.
Wuhan like Viral Institute, I think.
Right.
and it's right next to the meat market.
What are the odds of
Oddly
that?
enough, yeah.
That's a
That's
fucking-
a good idea.
This
huh?
is all natural. You know what I'm saying? The government.
I can't think of a better place to put the lab.
right next to the meat
Yeah.
market. You never know.
That was a piss poor.
It's
decision.
already traveled over 2 other dozen countries. 2 dozen other countries,
I think 25 or more. Did they say right?
which is over 2 dozen.
Is that why you said that? You just made that up.
He's got you there.
Yeah.
Come on.
Savage. All right, back to my fucking drawing board here.
Chris Jericho just
Genius.
released an episode. Isn't he a wrestler?
Yeah, he
the
is.
hell
This
does
guy's
he
on
know
podcast
about it?
though. This guy's on podcast, man. He knows everything.
I
these
know,
days.
but
Look, when you got your own podcast, Armand, you can fucking talk about whatever you want.
well, let's talk about wrestling then. I'd rather talk about that.
have fun. There's
Go
another
on,
one on the
Tristan. Go
network.
on Chris
I'd throw a
Jericho's
hell of a
podcast.
half
I'd like
Nelson.
to talk about that over
Well,
half
he
of
could
China's
talk about
population is
viruses.
facing travel restrictions.
Is that all? I thought they were all really just half, huh?
Just about half of them. At this point, 10% of the population can't even leave their homes without restrictions. Some of them are not allowed to leave it once every 3 days to get groceries, and they're not allowed to be out of the house for more than 2 hours. And only one representative of the home is allowed to leave it at a time. That's pretty hardcore.
Yeah,
What does
so
that tell you about?
China, or
yeah, I mean,
or how
it
bad
sounds
this
like
is.
Nah, it sounds like the dictatorship is worse.
You think? I mean, what if it was here? Do you think if it was that bad here, do you think they would ever quarantine people like that in their homes?
Boy, I hope.
I think they
Do you
should.
think our population would allow that?
Yeah.
You
Man,
think we
I'll
would
tell
follow
you
it?
what,
You think
dude.
the rednecks in this fucking area would be like, well, fuck you, I'm going out whenever fuck I want. Try
That's,
this out me.
listen, that's one way to get my fucking anti-government ass to stay inside during an apocalypse. Well, there's a fucking virus out here. Oh,
Well,
Yeah.
well, hang on. Wait a minute.
well, you do
Fucking
notice
virus.
the streets of Hong Kong are empty. You know, all that's stopped.
Yeah. Oh man.
Here we go. Here we go.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
Wuhan is not near Hong Kong.
Who cares, right? But
Which
it's
is
still
kinda weird.
which just makes it an excuse.
Causation or correlation equals causation. Everett, you should have known that.
No, apparently. I forgot about logic being out
Po-
the window.
post,
Gone.
No, it's post hoc ergo propter hoc.
Enough of the
post
Latin.
doc.
No, post hoc ergo
Post-doc with your cock.
proctor hoc.
Doc.
Are you Eminem?
Hmm?
Nothing. Never mind.
Hey, listen, didn't you ask me a question about Latin the other day and I got it right?
I did. Yeah.
I'm pretty good. I took Latin. I know my Latin.
I didn't.
In some neighborhoods, you have to show an ID and sign in and sign out and have your temperature checked whenever you leave your neighborhood.
Rectally?
I don't know what they're doing. Probably laser or
I would hope.
temporal. I don't know.
Is that the
Not
most accurate?
enough. Yes, it is.
Rectally is the most accurate.
Yes.
Oh, over the
Rectal
armpit?
temperature.
Yeah, in the city of
An
Xi'an,
orifice.
you
That
cannot
is-
leave for once every 3 days and no longer than 2 hours. Isn't that fucked up? Tens of millions of people are living in places
doesn't
where
think
local
so.
officials have encouraged but not ordered neighborhoods to restrict people's abilities to leave their home.
No
So
work.
you don't have a problem with any of this?
No. Is there a virus out? It's going to kill me. Yeah? I'm staying the fuck home anyway.
Okay, that's your, but yeah, that's
Okay.
your, right, that's your choice.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that.
Y'all should
but
stay
you
the
know,
fuck
you
home,
have-
too,
have
so you don't infect
marauding
each other.
cops out there?
Look, I want there to be a society when I'm out, come out of my cave. So that means you fuckers can't leave your cave either. It's because you're going to infect each other and get all fucking sick.
Yeah, it's kind of a societal
Well, how does that
contract,
hurt you if you're staying home then? That's good for you.
Because when the virus is gone, I want there to be people here.
Well, how are you going to eat then? I know,
I'm not going to eat you.
cannibal,
eat her, Mom.
cannibalism.
I wouldn't eat me.
I'm not eating either one of you guys.
I'd eat you.
I'll eat someone
I'd
else.
eat both of you, to be honest with you.
You probably could.
Oh, you
Yeah, I got you.
I
How
guess.
dare
That's
you.
low-hanging fruit, Armand. Come on now. We
Don't
can
make
do,
me do Greta
we can do better
Thunberg.
than that on our jerks. Well, how's it go, Armand?
What's that?
Greta.
Oh, you stole my ute. How dare you?
How dare you?
Oh, you're such a savage.
Oh,
Armand.
I can't. Don't get me started. I can't.
How
stand
dare
I
you?
hate children.
All right. So anyway, what do you say about that? This mandatory quarantine?
I think it's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
It's scary that you'd have to be manually quarantined, but that's one of the times where you could say the good of the people needs to be served.
Here
That's
we
what I
go.
say.
Yeah, that's what they always say.
You're gonna get my anti-government ass to sit
Here we
down
go.
real quick with a fucking a hardcore strain of something.
Ebola has hit everywhere here. If you stay inside, you'll live, and if you go outside, you'll die.
All right, I'm there.
What
I'm
you gonna
home.
do?
I'm home. I'm home.
You want to die of Ebola?
Yep.
And you think the government's going to quell something like this?
I'm not
if
saying
your
they will.
life's in the hand of your government,
It would be Metabo, but
you're dead.
I'll tell you this: I've started buying extra food just in case. I've already.
Are you kidding? Because of this?
Well, this is something you never know what the fuck could happen at any particular time. It doesn't hurt to have 2 weeks extra of canned goods and shit like that just laying around.
Yeah, a
I have a
couple
crossbow.
12 packs of Mountain Dew.
I have a compound
that
bow in my
wouldn't last
car.
me long.
I don't even hunt, but I have a compound bow. I forgot to tell you about that.
Yeah.
Do you need a compound bow?
You'd mentioned it 4 or 5 times. I just let it go real quick because I was like, oh, I don't even give a fuck.
Okay.
You've got a compound bow?
Yeah.
For why? What'd you trade for it?
Well, all of that is irrelevant.
It's
Totally
the
irrelevant.
fact that you have a compound bow is irrelevant.
Okay. Fair point. Move on.
Do you know how to handle it?
No.
He doesn't even have an arrow. He just has a bow.
I have 10 arrows with broadheads on them.
It's amazing that you actually have an arrow. That's surprising.
I have 10 of them and a case, and I got one of them release things.
It's going to put your head between
Goddamn
the bow
Legolas.
and
I'm
the
coming
string.
in dressed as Legolas fucking tomorrow. You can
He's
guarantee
using it as a
it.
club.
Hawkeye over
Go
here.
deer hunting. Arrow? What's that for?
So,
They're supposed to swing it.
carrying on here with the show, you fucking fingers. Anyway,
All right.
Japan, at the time of my research anyway, Japan had announced 88 more cruise ship cases,
Holy shit.
bringing the total to 542.
Man, I'll tell you what, you probably get a pretty good discount then, huh? Maybe I'll go.
That's just on the one ship, though, the Diamond Princess.
Oh,
There's a
yeah.
couple ships that are actually quarantined. That one's in
Yeah.
Yokohama, Japan.
I'm not
There's
sure
a
exactly
couple
where.
of them, yeah. What was it? Cambodia, I think, that opened up its borders and said, bring your, you can dock your after having been turned down
Sure.
by
Smart.
5 countries.
Smart.
They said, come on, and
Yeah.
Come on in and dock
They
here.
need tourism.
it makes it look good for the rest of the world. Yeah.
Hey, watch it with that docking stuff.
Hey, y'all can dock here.
Let's say officials said that as of Tuesday, 2,404 of the 3,700 passengers and crew initially on board had been tested for the virus. How the fuck have you not tested them all at that point?
Well, there's 3,700 people.
What's the point? Are you keeping everybody in the room? If you don't test everybody right off the bat, you don't know who has it, who to keep away from each other.
I'm not sure what the point of it is anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
They're
Testing
not going to
them.
let anybody off the boat.
shit, there was one
Everybody's
boat they had
getting
let
killed.
people off before they realized there was a problem. So it doesn't make a lot of sense. It's in the wild at this point.
Yeah, they need to just synthesize a vaccine. I mean,
It's
not
not that
vaccine.
easy. Some
what?
sort of treatment.
Yeah.
I think if they could make a vaccine, that would make sense, but it's just not that simple. One of the things that where I was talking, I'll have notes on this later, is these viruses are flash in the pan, right? They come every year or so.
Of course.
They're different every time. So, A, you've got no time to research it beforehand, to do your clinical trials, do your human studies,
Right.
because you never had any, exposure to this specific.
It's just
strain.
a new genetic.
And there's no real money to it. You know what I mean? You can't be prepared for something. There's no point in doing it. So when these things hit, it's just going to hit, unless it's something like that we've already
Now,
got.
are you saying, see, to me, that to me makes me optimistic that, sure, every year there's going to be some strain of some virus that's going to kill old people and maybe babies and
Sure.
immunocompromised people. But something like the Spanish flu, which killed 20 million or 30 million in 1920, I think that's highly unlikely in this day and age.
Well, it's a lot like a meteor.
the
You know what I mean?
SS
We're hit by
tactics.
little tiny meteors every single day. Well, every few million years we get hit with a fucking walloper. You know what I mean? So every few 100 years or so, we're going to get hit with a disease. It may start out like fucking the Wuhan virus here, the coronavirus, but in a few weeks after it hits round number 2 and it mutates or whatever, we could be looking at a Spanish type flu.
Well, I think the worst one would be probably AIDS, wouldn't you say? And we've kind of got even though it's killed a lot
I mean,
of
that's
people.
been a pretty bad epidemic
Yeah,
that we
that's
haven't been
about the
able to cure.
worst I can think of in the last 30 years or 40 years, and we've got that under to where to this point
Hey,
now.
Magic Johnson's still alive.
A lot of people are still alive.
If you got
still
money,
live
you
up-
can survive AIDS. If you got money.
You don't need money. It's at least where I was.
He been positive since the
HIV.
80s. HIV positive since the 80s.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
People
Most of
die
the
from that shit in like 4 years.
they used to, not anymore. Not with the drug cocktails they have.
Well, you don't
They
have-
lead a
He
reasonably
didn't even
normal
used
life.
to. I mean, he survived it when everybody was dying.
I'm talking they all do though. I mean, because
Well, if you
it's
got
paid
money.
for by the state. No,
you got
it's
money.
paid for by the state.
That's fake news.
All right.
Listen, I was in a clinic with an infectious disease doctor. They all got it. Now this is granted, that was in New Orleans.
So this is still going on about the Diamond Princess cruise ship, but a 14-day quarantine per passengers is set to end on Wednesday. People who have tested negative for the virus and do not have fever or respiratory symptoms will be checked a final time by an infrared camera before disembarking, according to notice given to passengers. On Sunday, the U.S. government evacuated American passengers opting to leave the ship. Some of them didn't. They said, fuck it, we'll hang out. Why? I don't know.
They want to take that shit back to their families, or they didn't want to go back to work.
Or go back to America.
I'm not sure they'd be allowed. I think
say?
we've got some kind of ban
Nobody's
on
talking
that,
about Trump or climate change on that shit.
Greta is.
They'll be taken to a military base for a 14-day additional quarantine. 61 American passengers remain on the ship will not be able to return to the United States until March 4th at least.
Damn.
So if you didn't take this evacuation, you cannot come to the United States until
First
March
of
4th.
all, that's not the worst place to be. You know, I'm locked down on a cruise ship. I can deal with
If
that.
there's food and water
Yeah,
and plenty of,
yeah.
and the toilets
Sorry
are still
with
working.
me.
If the toilets are still working, you're good to go. I mean, pretty much.
Well, I'd rather, the food and the water and a weight room.
Can you imagine being an employee on that? Think about this.
No, fuck you.
You were
I
supposed
quit.
to be off work 2 weeks ago.
I quit.
You've docked. Nobody can get off.
That's a motherfucker when you dock and nobody gets off.
All right, that was pretty funny. Got to give you that one.
Uh-huh.
Somebody's always getting off and there's docking involved. But
Duh. Most of the time it's just Armand and then he's over.
the governments of Australia, Canada, and Hong Kong have also said they would evacuate citizens from the ship. So, interesting on that.
All right.
There was a Brit who had been putting out Facebook videos and YouTube while waiting out the isolation with his wife.
I've seen this fella.
Did you? He said he had been told he'd been tested positive for the virus and be taken to a hospital, but his most recent post it says that's not what it seems. He says, frankly, I think this is a setup. We are not being taken to a hospital, but a hostel. No phone, no Wi-Fi, no medical facilities. I'm smelling something early, a big rat here.
Big Chinese rat.
Big Chinese rat.
Yeah, they're the worst kind, those commie rats.
You know what? It's kind of interesting. Yeah, we'll get to that here in a bit. But these fucking communist countries and their outbreaks, you know what I mean? They're very, very quiet about it. They'll let people die before they, come. Think Chernobyl. That's the perfect example. This is exactly like Chernobyl. The way
I'm not sure about
No, stick with me here.
Okay, yeah, I want to hear this logic.
So when Chernobyl happened, what happened? They downplayed the fuck out of it. They denied more or less for a while, and then days later, weeks later, the rest of the world's starting to find out, i.e., the virus is out in the public. Here comes that radiation cloud over Europe. It's basically the same thing. This communist fucking country keeping shit down, the government suppressing, making sure there's no news getting out about it. Same thing with Chernobyl and with this virus. Does that make sense to you? That kind of logic?
Yeah, they're
See
suppressing.
where I'm going with that?
Well, totalitarian states, I think, they're going to downplay things that they find are going to be deleterious to the state, and they're going to upplay any kind of what they perceive to be upside to, so they're going to flaunt that as much as they can, although there's no upside, except if you vote for Bernie.
Of course.
Yeah, Bernie will straighten it all out.
Bernie is
He's got to control China, so yeah.
Man, I don't want to get into it, but these fucking Democratic people, they're not really wowing me anymore.
Hey, man, we're not doing politics, remember?
Sure we are.
No, I don't want to, but fuckers.
That about sums it up.
Yeah.
He's pissed because the fucking Trump let out Blago.
So,
What's wrong with that?
Well, none of the Dems said shit.
after yesterday,
He is a Dem.
the latest number I had yesterday, there's 72,400 people infected in China.
72
Here,
now.
here again. I don't
hang
even know
on.
if these
That was by
figures
yesterday.
mean nothing.
For reference, when I was talking about this a week ago. Weren't we talking about this a week ago? What was the number?
So a week before that was 44,672.
Wait, what'd you say it was now?
72,000.
Must have been 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Here
either
again,
which
if you
way.
believe these numbers, come on.
They're accurate to the person.
Oh, absolutely. Sure.
100%.
Yeah.
Let's
The
see,
Chinese
1,800 plus
CDC.
dead as of yesterday.
How many?
1,800 plus.
Man, I figured there'd be a lot more.
The rate of
That's
infections is
nothing.
actually decreasing, is
Right.
what they're showing now. So that's kind of good.
Should have just let it go.
So you're looking at a fatality rate of about 2.3%, which is far higher, honestly, than the seasonal flu, which is at 0.1%
Right.
fatality.
I think it's higher than SARS, too, which is less than 1% it was. I mean, it's been a while.
And a lot of people, too, like, let's think about it like this. If this disease was man-made, as you were saying earlier, Armand, is made at that little factory right next to the town, can't a government or an entity creating a virus do better than a 1 to 2 to 3 to 4% fucking fatality rate? I'd say you failed at your job.
Yeah, if your job is to make deadly fucking viruses, you suck at your fucking job.
Right?
Yeah, but I think the trick is to make the virus deadly, but only kill people you want killed and not let it get out of control. So I think you want to probably err on the
But that's
side
the thing.
of...
A virus like this, once it gets into the wild, it will go worldwide. No matter who releases it, they are infecting their own population.
Well, that's
Yes.
why they're downplaying the odds that this was made in a lab.
Yeah.
Most people deny that that was what happened.
Yeah, they're trying to
Got
say
an
it was
answer for
definitely
everything, don't you,
natural,
Armand?
a natural fucking virus.
I wouldn't put it past the Chinese government. I mean,
Duh.
I'm sure they're sheltering themselves from it pretty effectively. So what the hell? Let it go. You got what 1.3 billion people? Why not kill half of them?
So where
What the
does
hell?
it stop? If something's got a mortality rate of 99%, so like, is there an immunity somewhere that's like, so I Am Legend, it killed fucking everybody, but there was very few people that were immune to it or whatever.
But if you knew it was coming and you quarantine yourself in an airtight room somewhere, in a
suffocate.
bunker,
An island
whatever,
be the easiest way.
a bunker, like Hitler's bunker was
Right.
pretty much, it had its own source of air and everything else. He could have stayed there indefinitely as long as the food holds out.
Food and water held out, yeah.
Yeah, well,
And
if you're
sewage.
ready for it.
I don't know. Well, like Eric's saying, whenever it hits 99%, yeah, usually it's probably due to immunities or people who are strong enough to somehow survive it. It's like when you get bit by a spider or a snake, right? Not everybody dies if you don't get the antivenom. Some people are strong enough to, persist through that.
Yeah, well, like I said, it's
Stephen
very
King's The Stand, for instance. Some people live through that.
it's very rare for a virus to kill, a healthy individual. It's usually
I thought you were going to say it's very rare for a virus to wipe out 99% of the population.
No, it happens all the time.
sure.
Armand.
All right,
I love
I'm
you.
reading up on my mass extinctions anyway.
Are you? What did you figure
Yeah,
out?
I got a good book.
What's it called?
They're bad.
They're
Books are
bad.
Something
Mass
about mass
extinctions.
extinctions. Yeah.
How about this little factoid? 30% of the people who have died are in their 60s. 30% who died are in their 70s, and 20% are age 80 or older.
There you
Holy
go. Well, there you
moly.
go.
That's
There-
clocking it in, and 80% of the people who have died are, like you said before, compromised older people or
Right,
children.
because their immune systems are just not geared to fight these off. Unfortunately, that's
Now, here's something that's interesting. I was saying before, the fatality rate among patients in the Hubei province, which is where Wuhan is, center of China's outbreak, was more than
Wuhan.
7 times higher than that of other provinces.
They did what?
The fatality rate where it broke out is 7 times higher than other provinces. See, so there's a real
That's-
disconnect there. I think that's like an accidental that shouldn't have got out type of thing. China would not want that number out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's the actual number.
So that would still only put it at, what, 14 to 20?
Percent rate mortality rate?
That's actually pretty fucking high then. 14 to 20% fatality
that's
rate.
Ebola kind of. Well, Ebola's like 30% fatal. Ebola's pretty bad.
Yeah, Ebola's pretty bad. I'm not for sure.
I had that.
But I think I think that's explicable by saying that the closer most of these viruses don't survive very well. You wash your hands, you kill them, or they don't survive in the air too well.
Pussies.
So but the closer you are, I think these more virulent strains, and then the farther you get away from the epicenter of it. I mean, here I'm not an epidemiologist, but it just makes sense.
Yeah, they're less strong.
Yeah, I don't think they don't survive as much. I don't know.
The Chinese government has said more than 1,700 medical workers have contracted the virus. 6 of them have died.
Have you seen these films, by the way, of these things on YouTube?
I've seen a few
They're
of them.
hauling people away, and
Seen the one? I remember when this first broke, there was a fucking whole lobby full of people fucking seizing up in a hospital. Like literally just a fucking bunch
See,
of
I don't think that was actually from this. I think that was just a fugazi, not even a fake. It's
Is that
just
what you
something
think?
that's like a reused piece of footage they put out every time something's going down to freak people out.
Is that what you think?
It's probably from a movie.
I never saw that movie.
Cheech and Chong's next movie?
No, not that one.
Not that one?
Not
Okay.
that one.
Be more specific. What movie? Outbreak?
That was a good movie. Don't get Eric started, though.
I fucking love Outbreak.
He'll start doing monologue after monologue from
No
that
kidding.
movie.
Yeah, I mean, I do a good Donald Sutherland too. Or, well, no.
It's Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin Hoffman. I do a good.
And no, not a good one.
It's not a good one. But
Like
it's,
his British accent?
Oh,
Or
it's-
that quality?
Yeah.
drop the bomb, Billy. Yeah, it's a good one.
It's probably a little bit better than his British, but not by much. His
You ever hear
British
Nick
is dog
Drago do Al Pacino?
shit. Yeah, it's
That's
more his
funny.
intensity than his.
Subpar.
Yeah, whatever it is, it cracks me up.
Subpar at best.
It's not horrible. It's not horrible.
What are you talking about? It's funny. What do you mean? I mean, it's funny. I mean, you're funny.
What
You're
you
a funny
getting
guy. All right.
Yeah, I'm on. Yeah. Happy fucking
there? Oh, Eric has just presented Armand with some chocolates in like a heart container.
I'll give it to Tonga.
The history of these chocolates. You know what I mean?
Wait a minute. Where'd you get them? From Wuhan? Where are these from? Yeah, Wuhan, China, right?
No, who come in and give us those this morning?
I got to check
Drusive.
the expiration date on this.
Drew did.
Drusive.
Drews has had them?
Drusive, you know Drew.
Yeah.
So there's kind of a hysteria going on over in Europe. A British man tested positive for the coronavirus was branded a super spreader.
That's a
Yeah.
big call, Armand.
Wow.
His
Yeah,
every
that's what
movement
I've been
was
called,
detailed by his
sure.
local media. Everywhere he went
I'd
was,
like to find a chick
was
that's a
news.
super spreader.
Everywhere you check.
And in other news,
What?
Jerry Jones has been spotted at the Safeway. Don't go to the fucking Safeway. Mr. Super Spreader.
What the
is
hell does
at
that
the
mean?
Safeway.
Why did they
How do you get
tackle
to
him?
define that?
They should have tackled him.
That's just it's just what they're calling him. I don't know why they're calling him that.
I don't know.
Business has
heard that.
plummeted in a French ski resort identified at the scene of several transmissions of the virus. So that's pretty nuts. Just because there was a couple there, it's just killed a ski resort. Would you go to a ski
They
resort?
killed
though?
it?
Well, no, but business has plummeted. Would you go to a ski resort though?
I don't ski. I'd
were
go on
there-
a cruise though, for
Where
sure.
there'd been a corona.
So you'd step right onto the ship?
Hell
We've got
yeah.
1,000 people
If
here.
it's
500
free?
of them are infected with coronavirus. But come on board.
Oh, I don't know about that. That wasn't a stipulation. Is it?
Well, I mean,
The question was, would you take a cruise? I'd say, yeah. If it
Well,
was like
fuck,
half price,
would
I
you ta-
would.
Where we
would you
docking?
get on a cruise? Yeah, I think I would.
Only question.
Would you ever
Armand's
go on
asking
vacation?
Is where
Well,
we
a lot of
docking.
people won't.
No, they're savages.
Look at the stocks of those cruises. I'm sure they're way down.
Let's
By
see.
the way, are we going to discuss the economic ramifications of this?
yes, we are. That's pretty close to the next thing on my list.
Oh, okay.
So, after some employees of a German car company were diagnosed with the virus, children of other workers in the company were turned away from schools despite their negative test results.
Because your daddy works at Volkswagen.
Where someone else had the virus.
Yeah, you ain't coming in here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We're getting a little out of hand, aren't we?
That's
Now,
the
I
point.
think
There
you
is
guys probably go
hysteria.
along with all this.
There is a hysteria for sure
Okay.
over and
And
Europe
you
is
don't
the point
think
I'm trying to make.
And you don't think quarantining the entire populace,
Everybody.
maybe shoot on sight?
Yep.
That's
Shoot on
not.
sight is a
That's
little
not.
much.
Shoot 'em.
Well, pretty much.
Fucking shoot him.
Or you're arrested or whatever.
Yeah.
What do you think they're going to do if you leave your house?
Arrest you and shoot you.
That's a good question.
Absolutely,
I guess,
Ruby Ridge.
Did you ever watch Crazies?
Oh yeah, it was a good flick.
Fuck, they rounded everybody up there and just kept
That
them in
was
the
a
back of
different
a
type of
truck and
virus,
shot
though.
them.
What do you think Bernie would do? Stay in your houses. If you step outside,
you don't
How
have
come
to
Bernie
go.
sounds like a male version of Greta?
Yeah,
Greta.
he got Greta on the loins.
Greta on the loins. That's gross. She's a
Billion
child,
ass.
man. He ain't trying to go there.
I'm not. He is.
Let's see. How about this, Armand? Talking economy. HSBC, which is a big ass bank over in China,
yes.
they plan to cut 35,000 jobs amid the virus and all the protests going on too.
Well, I'm not sure if that's economic or just they're
Right.
keeping people weighted to.
35,000 jobs isn't that much. And could
In
China-
one business.
Yeah, but okay, maybe it is. Never mind.
Any one fucking business cuts 35,000 jobs. That's a
Walmart
big
did
deal.
it apparently because there's only one fucking aisle open, so they had to have cut 30,000 jobs.
Well, they hired a bunch of robots.
Yeah, it's all automated now.
Yeah, that self checkout's where it's at too. To be honest with
It's
you.
not too bad. And you're over here bitching. There's only one aisle open. I don't even go to the aisles, but there's only one fucking aisle open. It's
And
bullshit.
look at all those people over there standing in line. Bunch of morons.
I liked it. I like the self check. I'm
Me
pretty good
too.
at it too.
So look at it this way. The reaches of the economic implications are pretty far and wide. Think about this. China is like the number one exporter of anything basically on the planet.
Ever.
Yeah.
They've closed so many fucking ports at this point. It's almost impossible to get
Their
shipping
factories
containers
too.
out. Something like 20 million plus shipping containers a day are not making it out of China.
That can't be a right number. 20 million a
20
day.
million
I don't fucking
containers a
buy it.
day.
Containers, yeah, that's not that.
Yeah, that's not
They're
that hard to believe. Come on.
containers. One car.
They're 20 foot by
Yeah.
10 foot by 10 foot or something like that as a container. So, I mean, it could be.
The real problem though is, or one of the big real problems is that a lot of the medical. I think 85% of the medical goods we get, like gloves, masks, and all this stuff, surgical instruments, such come from China,
Made
apparently,
in China.
and they're not coming in either.
Where's my page 6? There we go. So South Korea's fucking leader, he
Yeah.
is warning of a dire impact on their economy. President Moon Jae-in of South Korea warned Tuesday that an outbreak of coronavirus in China, its country's biggest trading partner, is creating an emergency economic situation, and has ordered his government to take actions to survive the fallout.
I think
he
they're
cited
getting a little
difficulties
carried
for
away
South
with
Korea
this, to tell
companies
you the
getting
truth.
components from China, as well as sharp drops in exports to China. So that's kind of I didn't think about it that way. It's more. I was thinking shit coming out of China, but they can't even ship shit in now.
Well, I guess you don't want the people that are shipping it in to be going back home with it.
Who fucking
Listen,
knows?
if
what the
you
reason
could
is.
take, let's say, for instance, commodity, let's say something you understand, like a bale of marijuana, to China, and you're going to make like 1,000% profit. Would you try it? Would you take the chance?
What's the
Depends. How long have I been in business?
No,
1,000% profit. So
It's
you're
not even
investing, whatever. You're investing.
1,000 more than normal.
That's not even the question that you need
more
to be
than
asking.
Yeah.
What's the penalty when you get caught? That's
There's
the
no
question.
penalty. It's like, are you going to risk the disease? There's no penalty.
The penalty is
the
death.
penalty is
because
death.
you
Would
got
you risk
corona.
going there with this
Nope.
coronavirus?
Nope.
I would.
I would, yeah.
Hell yeah,
For
I
1,000
would.
times more than normal, that's 10
Right.
runs in one go.
Right. If I had like $1 million or whatever, $50,000 worth of pot, I was gonna make 500,000.
If I already have a couple million in the bank and I don't need it,
no,
I'm
that's
not getting
different.
greedy.
No, I'm talking.
Right.
You got $50,000 worth of pot, and somebody's gonna give you $500,000 to take it to China.
They buy my plane ticket?
Yeah, all expenses paid.
Am I going to get
You're gonna
caught
end up
on
in
the way
prison.
in
Yeah,
customs?
you're
There's
gonna end
no
up in prison.
whatever. Not that is okay. It's not. It's chocolates. All right.
Okay.
It's not marijuana. Okay. So there's no.
What do I
penalty.
got to do when I get there to fence it?
Just sell it and come back.
Right,
You gotta stay
that's
3 days and you gotta come
sounds
back.
easy, Armand. Who you going? Who?
Well, I don't know if it's so risky. This virus is going to kill you. You wouldn't do it, would you?
No,
So that means you're not that worried about it. Correct?
not that worried about what?
The virus.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't
you
go.
wouldn't do it. I would. Would you?
What's the question? Sorry, I was looking at my notes again. You guys were
Never
arguing, so I didn't
mind.
care.
Frank, Frank,
Would you go? Would you go to
I'll
the?
ask somebody who's listening.
No, would you go to China
chastity, Frank.
with a bale of chocolate? Would you go to China and sell a bale of chocolate at 1,000% profit
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
and 50,000?
So you're not that worried about the virus.
No,
He is.
I'm not that worried.
I'm not going to China with a bale of chocolate. Just
What part of China? There's plenty of parts of
Wuhan.
China.
Wuhan, China.
Wuhan.
Yeah.
The meat market
I
at
don't- I don't know
Wuhan.
until
I'm
And you
standing-
got to have a steak.
They've
while
already,
you're there.
I'm
they've already got your
standing,
table set up at the market. Yeah.
Oh, come
Tell you
on,
what, I wouldn't know
Chastity.
until I'm
Don't be
in
a
customs
coward.
on the Chinese side. When I'm off the plane, getting ready to go through customs on the Chinese side, like, you know what? Turn me back. I'm probably wrong. Send me back.
I'd go.
I've got drugs.
At this point, Everett knew exactly where he fucked up.
I'm getting on the plane.
Boy, you guys pussies.
Apple has cut its sales forecast directly because of this virus.
Yeah, and you should have bought yesterday because it's back up today, damn it. But that's the way it goes.
Yep.
Yeah, but how much would you have made if you'd have bought yesterday and then
Couple percent.
sold today?
Yeah.
It depends on what you bought. You could triple your money.
$1,000 or what you're saying?
You couldn't have tripled your money.
Sure, you could
It
have.
did not
if you
go
buy
up
options, I didn't say
300%.
the option did. Sure, it did. You know
300?
anything about options? Yeah,
I don't know a lot about it.
tripled.
I think a lot of the time
depends
he
on what
just-
you buy.
Here you sit with no extra hundreds of millions in your pocket, so you don't know shit about them either.
Hey, if I can lose $500,000, I can certainly know how to make it. I just can't
Where
do
is
it.
that?
Just don't want to.
If I knew the future, I'd be a billionaire. I'd be
Would you though?
I'd be
You would
mini
cheat.
Mike Bloomberg.
Would you?
I'm
Now?
taller than him.
Calmer than you are, dude.
I skipped a whole fucking section here on accident.
Calmer?
Calmer.
Well, if I had 70 billion, I'd be pretty damn calm.
That's true.
We were talking about how they were giving AIDS virus medicines or HIV virus meds to the people. They're giving them Coletra. Are you familiar with that one?
No, I prescribe antifungals.
Well,
Athlete's foot
yeah,
more
that's
than
not really.
Yeah, that's what I'm
What
an
about-
expert.
This might be more something you would know. Chloroquine for malaria.
Oh
They're
yeah,
actually trying that shit out on
Huh.
it now. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
What one did they mix two together and got one that was effective for SARS, wasn't it? Was it SARS that they
Boy,
mixed?
sounds like they're trying everything. You know what the
That's
hell?
pretty much what they're doing.
Yeah,
It's
who
everything I've
cares?
Come across, they're just basically trying.
I could do that.
But they do that every time one of these viruses comes out. They start just throwing the cocktail at it because, like I
Yeah.
said before, they don't know what's coming out every time. and
Sure. What the hell? Give them a Tums. Yeah, milk of magnesia.
So,
throw it all at 'em.
what these are doing is just basically it works on one virus to stop this whatever protein to keep the virus from basically propagating. So if it worked on this virus, they're hoping
Yeah.
maybe it'll work on that one, and they're having some
Yeah,
success
well,
with it. So.
reverse transcriptase and all that shit turns
Yeah,
RNA to
thanks,
DNA,
Doc.
incorporates the DNA of the host and all that stuff. That's what a retrovirus does.
So let's get into some more of the conspiracy and rumory type shit here.
Yeah.
Listen, if anybody out there wants me to take something to China and is going to give me $500,000 to do it, I'll go.
Armand, no fucking drug deals on the air.
How many
Not
times are I tell you
drugs,
this?
anything legal.
Anything
Chocolate.
contraband?
I meant chocolate.
Give me some
We're not-
chocolate, quote unquote.
The rhetorical question isn't about the law; it's about this virus. I'm not that worried.
Is that it? Is that what the
What
rhetorical
are you
question?
doing?
Quotations, bud.
Air fingers.
In quote, out quote.
Again, quote unquote.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, it's
Don't-
open
don't
quotes,
try.
close quotes. Isn't
Don't
it?
try
Isn't that
with
how you
one
do
on.
it?
Open and close, yeah. Begin.
That's what you do with a door.
Pre-quote, post-quote.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
All right.
So the New York
Proceed.
Times
Oh boy.
had this to say about the state's failure to properly
Fake
treat.
news.
Here we go.
Yes, a rag. All right.
This has nothing to do with United States politics, so you can probably believe it.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Authorities silenced doctors and others for raising red flags. They played down the dangers to the public, leaving the city's 11 million residents unaware they should protect themselves. This is the New York Times alleging this over the Hubei province and Wuhan people.
Yes.
They closed a food market where the virus was believed to have started, but didn't broadly curb the wildlife trade. Their reluctance to go public, in part, played to political motivations as local officials prepared for their annual congresses in January. Even as cases climb, officials declared repeatedly there had likely been no more infections. Dr. Lee, one of the doctors who came out of the first one to come out about it, he's the one that died just recently.
He was the director of that
read
hospital?
About that, yeah.
He says if
Probably
the
was
officials
coming up with a cure, so they killed him.
if the officials had disclosed information about the epidemic earlier, I think it would have been a lot better. There should be more openness and transparency. You should never ever say that about the Chinese government, especially in China.
That's why he's
What,
dead.
transparency?
Yeah, they said. Well,
those
I
two-
think it should have been something that they didn't do. It was pretty much bad.
The question,
I disagree with the government.
yeah, I wouldn't go brooding that about.
Speaking with the Chinese newspaper, the Southern Metropolis Daily, that's what he had to say. He wanted to return to the front line after he recovers from the virus because it's still spreading. He doesn't want to be a deserter.
Go ahead and desert.
Well, he died.
Oh yeah, right.
died.
Well, it's better than being a deserter. Would you
So-
rather be a corpse or a deserter?
Deserter.
He was hospitalized on January 12th, tested positive finally on February 1st for the virus, and died on the 7th.
That's it.
That's pretty
that can't
quick.
be right.
That's quick work there.
The incubation time on that's way that come on.
And what's interesting, he was a 34-year-old man, not an 80-plus, a 60-plus-year-old
Right, because
citizen.
80% of all the cases that died were from like what 50 and up.
60 and up.
60 and up. So
Hey,
yeah,
watch it.
34, 6 days.
It's very weird that after
fucked.
having been confirmed to have it, he died that quickly and being that young.
Well, that's why it invites the question. This is a very convenient disease to have if you're a Chinese official, don't you think? Because you could knock off anybody you want. Say, oh yeah, we diagnosed the guy a week
fact,
ago
well,
with
here's the story way he did.
Just quarantine the whole party.
and just shoot whoever the hell you want. Yeah,
I heard they
we had
got
a
it.
quarantine. He's never coming out of quarantine.
On December 30th, 2019,
Perfect.
he posted to a group of medical school alumni on WeChat. You guys remember WeChat? It's like Kik or like texting app. It's just another one of those millions. It's used big time in China.
Okay, go ahead.
It's used over here too. Any which way. He informed doctors that 7 patients in his hospital in Wuhan, a city of 11 million people, were quarantined with symptoms similar to those from SARS. Chinese officials were not pleased. In the middle of the night, the Wuhan Health Authority requested his presence, asking why he had publicized the information. 3 days later, under police duress, he signs a document stating he engaged in illegal behavior by informing fellow doctors of an emergency health threat.
Damn.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
What
And,
about HIPAA?
A week after that's whenever he
I think it's a violation.
definitely a violation. Let's see.
I'm just yeah.
Well, no,
wouldn't that be
definitely,
great?
definitely. Well,
Yeah.
HIPAA would come into play here.
Well, you're Xi Jinping, right? It's like, wow, this is great.
I don't know
this
what
is
the
a
fuck
great-
you just said.
That's the president of China.
Yeah, that's what I knew
Right.
that. Of course.
Anyway, I mean, wouldn't this is a great way to get rid of everybody we hate? Quarantine. Here's your air fingers.
Like this.
Quarantine.
So, New York Times is also
Extensively.
saying in the rumors China has been caught arresting journalists who report about the coronavirus,
Sure, get
having
them too.
hospitals refuse to count particular patients, and rushing cremations so there's no evidence of increased deaths.
Good idea. Yep, that's right. You got to stop the outbreak. You can't. So you got to cremate them very quickly, even if they're alive.
Even if they're alive, just
Sure,
toss them
still
on there.
cremate 'em.
Cremate 'em right up.
Right. I mean,
So-
this is a
Here's a phone call. Make your last call. You're going into fucking
this is a
furnace.
pandemic.
So you-
don't wait for them to die. Just burn them.
So maybe, oh man,
Jesus
this is
Christ,
get some,
Armand.
This has got some
That's what
Holocaust.
Xi Jinping is thinking. This is perfect. This is great.
So this is a Holocaust, basically.
Yeah, he's wanting to march people right into the fucking ovens here, Armand. Just alive and everything. He don't even give a
I'm
fuck.
saying about marching. Just set them on fire.
And it's
Yeah,
China.
don't march
Field,
anybody into
into
anything.
fuck.
It's
Who
China,
cares
so
about
they put 'em
With a
Corona rain?
flamethrower.
Yeah.
Reprocess them into a Soylent Green type thing.
Yeah,
and
we-
give it to the people.
Soylent Green.
And then they're gonna ship those fucking
people.
the corn grown in those fields over here to us. We're gonna eat the fucking corn, and we got mad
Well,
cow
no.
disease or whatever the fuck.
I assume that you can contract the disease by eating tainted meat or what, but I think it's airborne, isn't it?
yeah.
So I don't know about
You know, that's
the
weird. I
meat.
didn't
It
actually
is.
test it. It makes sense that it would be.
Let me cough on you guys,
Go ahead.
just for test, just to test.
I'd rather you didn't. I find that gross.
I'll cough right on you.
I'm not afraid of getting coronavirus from you because you don't have it.
How do you know?
I'm relatively fucking sure you haven't been exposed.
Yeah,
Well, that you know of, allegedly.
there are plenty of other pathogens in that mouth. Let me tell you.
Ah,
Who
listen
knows
to
what
you.
he's got lurking?
Kiss your mother with that mouth,
in those
Armand.
adenoids. No, I don't.
That's right.
I don't kiss anybody.
I think that's gone through basically everything I had. Yeah.
Well,
What
this
else you
is-
guys got here?
I don't know. We got a listener. Fuck.
What's the listener say?
Tan?
Fuck you, Tan.
Fuck you, Tan.
Fuck you then. I'm a semi
Oh, fuck you, then. Very
Fuck
good.
you then, man.
Self-quarantining myself. Okay.
It's crazy over there. Yeah. Thanks for that chat.
Yes, Vietnamese listener.
Fuck you.
Tan.
Yeah, he's
Mhm.
definitely. He could be Thai.
I couldn't believe they were giving him HIV meds for this. Like that to me blew my mind. Like, how is this? Is this close in a viral fashion to
Close enough. I mean,
Listen, if you were dying of it, give me everything, right?
yeah, give me one
at
of
that
everything.
point, yeah, you're right.
Gives a
Fuck
shit.
it.
Yeah,
Fuck
let
it.
me have it.
Give it all. What do you got?
Give me chemo. I
Bring
mean,
that
if you think there's a chance. Whatever.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I don't know.
what do you got to lose, right?
Right.
Damn.
I don't think much, but
So what would you guys do if, theoretically speaking, it did hit the U.S. Like it's already in our state. It's
here in Illinois,
cases
yeah.
in Chicago. What if it started to blow up kind of like wildfire, like it's done over in China? Say there were 70,000 cases reported in northern Illinois. We're here in southern Illinois. Would you start to get worried, Armand?
no.
You would not be worried.
Will there be docking facilities
For those of us not
I'm telling
infected.
you, anybody
for
with
the non-infected?
anybody with a robust immune system, I don't think would really have to worry about this. At worst, you're gonna catch like a cold.
But what about
Robots.
That's
Are you-
my opinion.
Are you not worried about for society in general that we could have?
No.
You don't give two shits? Okay, well, that's fine.
See, that's what I said. I would want all of you
I have nothing
fuckers
but
to be in your
scorn for
houses.
society in general, anyway.
Because whenever the virus and the outbreak's done, I still want there to be a society. So that way you fuckers got
I
to
don't
stay in
think
your
this-
houses
I
too.
don't think this is a threat to society. Okay.
But you ain't a
this is a relative-
virologist.
Let's take this specific
I'm better. I'm a
COVID-19
podiatrist.
off the table.
Podiatrist.
Say this is megaviri 2021. Okay, it's not coronavirus.
Well, this is different. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
So there's
people
a-
are dying in the streets.
There's a new virus. It's the flash in the pan virus. There's been 70,000 reported cases in northern Illinois with a 4% fatality rate.
Okay.
Would you be a little bit worried? It's not the coronavirus.
I'd probably go. Now, if you said, would you travel to northern
This fucking
Illinois?
guy.
Probably not.
This fucking guy. You ain't gonna be worried about that. Now you ain't gonna buy no fucking face masks.
So
or
hold on.
nothing.
No.
Hand
Say you're worried
sanitizer.
about your today. Would you be worried about like, well, maybe this is going to be moving further south? Would you at least have that worry? It's 70,000 cases in northern Illinois. Do you think there's a chance it's going to spread south? Aren't you a little
What's
bit
the-
worried
what's
about
the
And
period-
but you're saying it's like what 2%?
2 to 4%
What's the
Well,
fatality?
if
period?
it's like this and people over 7 years, I'd get my dad.
So
the
what you're
hell
saying
out.
is
I'd be
fine.
worried for my father. I wouldn't be worried about for me.
This country could soak a 4% fatality rate. That's fine.
4%. That's fucking nothing. They taking the ones at the bottom.
That's the old people. That's Social Security. Problem solved.
Yeah.
Problem fucking solved. No more Social Security.
You're
Jesus,
asking if
Armand.
I'm worried about it.
I know. I'm
If
just
I were
kidding.
85, I'd be worried
Ain't
about
I
it.
allowed to
Yeah.
give you
Great.
shit? Ain't I allowed?
You just like so like you feel like you're strong enough to just overcome the virus. Then that's what's going on here, huh?
I never get colds. I never get sick. I got a good immune system.
You're fucking wrong.
What do you mean I'm wrong? I know my own history.
Look,
I've
back
been
when I
sick in
used to
10
engineer
years.
fucking biomechanical weapons,
I remember that.
Here we
I
go
remember
again.
some shit. Okay, and yeah, you wouldn't survive.
What'd you use? A soldering iron? You're a welder, for
I can't
God's sake.
see that small to use a soldering iron.
Oh,
Okay,
all right. But
what
you're
you
going to engineer some kind of doomsday bug.
I
huh?
got a microscope, don't I?
You need it. Here, take these.
Oh.
Take mine. I'm not
He
using
didn't look at him, so don't worry about it.
them.
Yeah.
What got into you?
Well, I don't need those anymore. So ceremonial.
He started it.
Started what?
I think.
I don't have
aren't
any
you mad
problem
because he
with-
went out of order?
No,
Started
I
it.
don't care. I'm done with them. I've went through everything I've had basically.
Cut that out, will you? What is
If there was anything that I'd be slightly perturbed about is that we're basically done with the meat of the show 49 minutes in.
Oh.
It's just kind of a bummer. Nobody
No,
else really
hell
had
no.
much to bring to the show today. other than
I
me.
think the.
But I'm not really perturbed.
Listen, these questions you guys bring up are stupid. The real
Well, what
question is:
questions you got?
is this the
Here, Armand.
Chinese government behind this?
Yes.
We've been asking
Oh,
that
that's
all day.
it. Okay.
Yeah,
well, all right,
I
well,
could have told
all
you
right,
that.
show's
Show
over.
over.
I don't think it is.
Fucking
I don't
government
think
did
is.
it.
There is no fucking way
There's
we'll
no
ever
proof
know.
of that.
No, we'll never know that.
I'm just saying it is very convenient. I don't think the government.
They fucking did it.
I don't think the government did it, but I'm just saying I think they're taking advantage of it. Wow, how do we use this?
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's a
Let's
there's
release another
difference.
virus that's
They don't
pretty,
have to.
pretty fucking deadly. We want to see the spread, the outbreak. They want to be able to.
But here's the thing, though.
Chart
Eric,
it.
This is why they're fucking stupid, because this redounds against them, really. Because you grind that economy to a halt, which is what's happening. That's not good for them either. I mean, the people are going to be up in arms.
Yeah, and then
That's
they're going to
only
come
keeping them in
asking for their.
power.
What do we owe them? Couple trillion? They're going to come asking for that
Don't worry
shit.
about that stuff.
Oh, that's
they're gonna
another
overthrow
reason.
their government. That's what they're worried about.
We hope fucking China goes down. We don't want to
Yeah,
pay them then.
China's economy started. Hey, can we get that money? What fucking
I don't
money?
think I think we owe Japan more than we owe China.
What fucking money? China? You and your little virus over there. Go fuck yourself.
You used to have a fucking 100 million men waiting in your army. What do you got now?
Yeah, no shit. Not the strongest marching army in the world now, are you fuckers?
Yeah, since the show's over, Victor wants to hear 20 minutes of Greta impressions.
That's fine.
I'd be glad to do.
Greta,
Yes.
Greta, can I ask what your favorite
There will
show
be a
is?
top on the grill.
What's your favorite classic TV show, Greta?
How dare you?
I'm sorry. It was just a question about your watching.
Listen,
Have you heard about that?
It's
Somebody in the
enough.
chat says you
She's
can be
a child.
reinfected
What's that?
a second time. Reinfection.
I've always been told you can't get AIDS twice.
Double jeopardy.
I always heard if you get
Yeah, it's the
and
Fifth-
then you give it to
it's
someone
the
else,
Fifth Amendment,
you don't
double
have it anymore.
jeopardy.
The joke always was actually, yeah, you can't get herpes twice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
There's different types of herpes, so careful with that.
Using
You sick fucks.
using panties as masks.
Fucking guys, you a bunch of perverts.
Dude, I seen a picture of a cat. No shit. Somebody put a fucking face mask on a cat in China. It had the eye holes popped out. It was like a standard human one.
Yeah.
But they cut out eye holes, and the cat was walking around looking through a mask, just walking around.
That's a very valuable cat.
Dude, I'm telling you,
Dear
there were
cat.
10 fucking people at the courthouse this morning with face masks on. 10. No, I counted
But
them.
you think it's because of this? It's probably just because of flu. It's flu season.
Look,
It's been a pretty virulent flu season.
Should
They
have asked.
all had on their shirts, they were written, it says, I have this mask on because of Corona. It's exactly what
Boy,
it
then
said.
they're idiots. They wasted their money on masks then.
Oh, we got a request from the Discord. Ask if we can hear the Jewish lady voicemail.
Oh, my God.
We'll play it in the after show.
After show, you
Hey,
get
listen,
Betty
I don't want to be here
Rovenstein.
That was from Countess
after I
Yamazuka.
leave.
So, maybe.
All right,
Any
let's
other
wrap it up.
request? Fuck, I like requests. This is kind of cool.
How come the YouTube's not notifying people of the show anymore?
I don't know, dude. I think it's YouTube fucking pissed at us or something.
My Greta imitation.
Could be.
You
You
can't
gotta
do
click
that.
the bell, man.
All right. Yeah, I guess that's a good enough stopping point for now. We'll be back here in about 15 minutes with the live show. Armand will be.
Well, wait,
will be with
how
us.
about a little prognostication here? Okay. What do you think's going to happen?
I think it'll be like every year. This is
All right, by
probably go away.
June, let's say it's June 1st. Are we going to be worried about this?
No, nobody.
What do you
In
think?
fact, by July 1st, no one will remember coronavirus, and by next year there'll be a coronavirus all over again. People will be like,
Yeah,
oh,
so it's just,
right.
we'll hear it in 6 months, we'll know what we were distracted from.
6 months. I think, in fact, I think by May 1st, we're not going to know. I mean, we're going to know. We're just
Didn't
going
I
to
do
say
it?
we're not even going to worry about it. It'll be way in the past.
I don't disagree. I don't
Gotta watch
disagree.
it
I was a little bit scared of it last week or the week or so, but that's the hysteria that the media creates with everything.
Exactly. You don't
What
think
you got to think about is what is the fucking Wuhan virus here covering up? What have we been conditioned to
That's
forget?
what I just said.
What are we forgetting then?
What are we being distracted from?
Exactly. What did you know this? Fucking your boy Trump commutes Ron Blagojevich.
This is
What's
really
this got
fucking
to
weighing
do?
heavy on Everett. This is really,
Yeah, what's
really
this got to
weighing
do with
heavy
the
on it.
coronavirus?
The no
What's bothering me
politics
is this
guy
fucking
is
crook.
pissed about this.
Here we go.
He's
Okay,
a
go
crook.
ahead.
He was given a sentence for trying to sell a Senate seat.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is
The guy did like 7-8 years. That's
Yeah.
not
So what?
enough?
He had a 14 fucking year sentence.
Okay. What do murderers get?
Yeah.
Why did he commute the sentence? Oh,
Because he thought it was 8 years was enough.
Well, there's
I
plenty of
agree.
motherfuckers in prison for doing less than trying to sell a Senate seat.
Let them go too.
My point
Fucking
is,
free Pimp C, right?
the point is, what
Never
prompted
mind.
this? What fucking backdoor deal was made to get Rod out of
Oh,
jail?
come on.
Something.
Bullshit. He's a Democrat. At this point, in time,
Right?
why would he?
Why would
you-
Trump get him out? Yeah. What advantage can it be to Trump to get him in
what I
Illinois
would-
of all
see,
states?
I can't
like he's
believe
going to
this.
win Illinois.
I don't get it.
He's going to lose Illinois. What's-
No, that's what it is. You can't wrap your head around it. You don't understand it, so
Right.
you're just
Maybe he
firing
just
back
thought
off
it was unjust and said he's had enough.
Like, that's
Unjust.
just
Oh,
Trump.
he's doing time for selling a fucking Senate seat.
Trump, I got 12
How
million.
long are you supposed to do? I mean, goddamn.
It's not Trump's. It's not my job or your job. It is a judge's job to sentence. He was sentenced.
Then why give the president the ability to commute?
It's a pardon.
Well, you think he'd be a
Commute,
little
a
more
sentence, same
judicious
thing.
with it. You know what I mean? And maybe.
Oh, okay.
I guess let's just go crazy with the abilities you have. Let's
Is
start
he a
fucking
threat?
wars.
Is he a
Why
threat
give
to-
him the ability to fucking start war? You know what I mean? Or just attack people by
Okay,
executive
you got a problem with
decision?
Well, you
sanctuary
got to have
cities?
Congress's approval for that.
What do you think about
for
sanctuary
war,
cities?
but you can attack anybody on executive order.
Yeah, Obama did it.
That's not my point, Armand. My point is why
I
give a
don't see any
criminal?
discernible point.
Yeah, well, see, that's the problem with you Trumpers. You'll eat the shit that he puts out for no particular reason. He released a convicted criminal for no good reason, given publicly, out of prison, commuted half of his fucking sentence.
It was a
You ever
white
heard of
collar
David
crime.
Rich?
It was a white collar crime.
Doesn't matter what kind of crime it
Not
was. He was
saying it
given a
does.
sentence.
Yes,
Same
it
as a white
does.
collar crime.
It makes a hell of a difference what kind of crime it was.
No, it
He didn't rape anyone.
Right.
He didn't sell drugs.
Why don't you give him life? Is life fair?
It's corruption at the highest point. He's
It's like,
trying to
Armand,
sell
You want to just kill the guy?
a seat
why don't you
of our
execute
United
him?
States. It's almost treason, in my opinion.
It's pretty bad because you could have
What
just.
do you know about politics? You don't think that happens every fucking day?
What I
That
do know
doesn't
about
mean it should.
What I do know about is how a
Right, but
democracy
it
should
does.
work.
You know that.
How a democracy should work is not you sell the fucking seat that should be voted
It
on by the
happens
people.
all the time.
It shouldn't happen, and he was caught. And now
Yeah,
our
he was
president,
caught.
and now our
But it
president
happens
says,
all the time.
no fucking big deal that you went around our
Now, hey, if Bernie
democratic
would have
system.
pardoned him, how would it be then?
Yeah, if it was any
I don't
motherfucker
know,
other than
no,
Trump,
even
people will be burning
no,
the country
I don't
down.
have Obama.
Hey.
If Obama did, I'd say the same thing.
I don't give a
Obama,
fuck about politics
right?
or Trump. Trump,
Fucking
I've said it 100 times. Trump is my
Obama.
president. This is a bullshit move. A bullshit move.
Of all the things that people are getting, just
that's why
outraged,
I couldn't remember. I didn't know why it got him.
I've never seen him this.
I don't know why it got him. It got him.
I've never seen him this animated.
Think about it, though. He doesn't know the guy.
this.
He was quoted saying, don't know him, seems like a nice guy. He did 8 years. That seems like long enough. That tells me that behind closed doors,
fucking know him.
there was a fucking deal made of some sort. It's fucking corruption again.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Stinks of corruption.
That's so like when we first started this, we started this whole fucking thing here ever Surreal Talk. Somebody kept telling you about fucking government corruption.
It's not been in your face like this, though. You know what I mean? You don't have the president of the United States pardoning an ex-governor for trying to sell a Senate seat. That seems pretty fucking bullshit to me.
I don't think anyone could have envisioned flying airplanes into buildings, and
What the fuck are you talking about?
because you said it's never been in our face like this before. Yeah, it was.
It has nothing to do with
The government corruption has been in our face plenty of times before.
How does 9/11 have anything to do with government corruption being in our face? There was no obvious government corruption for 9/11.
Wait a minute. Let's try to put this in perspective. Okay?
Let's.
This is this heinous crime this guy did. All right.
Pretty heinous.
He got a 14-year sentence.
Seems fair.
He served 8.
Yep.
And so instead of the last 6, this is the worst thing that's ever happened.
It's not. I'm not saying.
Okay. Well, it sounds like it because I've never seen you.
No, it's highly bullshit and
about
obviously
anything.
corrupt.
Yes.
Why would he do it then? Okay.
Good fucking question. Why would he do it, Armand?
I think he thought it was enough.
Why is that on his radar? Why is that on his radar?
He woke up Tuesday fucking morning and was like, "Hey, you know what would be a good
Illinois is a
fucking deal?
nice state. What happened about what kind of governor?
Rod was on my Apprentice show, right? He's still in prison. Let Rod out.
Yeah.
He was nice on my show. I think that's what it is. He was on my show.
I don't think it's such an egregious thing to do. Okay.
No, it's not.
I'm no big Rod Blagojevich
It's
fan.
just such bullshit.
Okay.
It's not a big deal. It's just corruption right out in our faces. Not a big deal though.
And you think that's unique?
No, I don't
Because
think
it's not in your face. It's not. Then it didn't happen.
It's the boldness of the
It
shit.
happens all the time.
And it's fine because it's bold and it's
How about
Trump.
Mark Rich? Have you ever heard
How
of
do you
Mark
not
Rich?
find this
Look
not to
him
be
up.
bullshit? Just because it happens everywhere else all the time, how can you not find still any time this happens to be egregious?
I don't think it is egregious.
I think it is.
I don't think so.
I've always thought
if
it
it was
is.
2 more years, if he served 10, is that enough for you?
Nope.
Doesn't this happen all the time?
Native,
Yep.
right?
How many
It doesn't
you're letting
matter if
people
it's
out of
always been on
jails?
our face. It doesn't matter how many times something happens before it's still not right.
That's-
You know what I mean? If you see racism
Here,
every day,
listen.
just because it happens every day, doesn't
I'm
mean
gonna
it's okay.
explain this a little bit better for you.
Please do.
Calm
Explain
down.
it to me.
So, if Bernie sold the fucking seat and was
I'd
in
be
prison,
like, go to prison, stay there.
exactly. That's my point. Now, if fucking Trump let Bernie out, everybody be
Bullshit.
pissed. They
I
would
wouldn't.
be.
I said 8 years. I'd say enough. Let him out.
Armand,
I
he
would.
fucking sold a Senate seat.
You know,
That's
he would be fine
a
with it.
person that
'Cause-
decides the fucking
You know,
fate
he's
of our
not lying.
country. They write the goddamn laws, right? Am I wrong here?
He's
That's
not
a
lying.
Senate seat. That's an
Wait,
important
hold it.
fucking
Hold it.
position to be held in American politics. Am I
Okay,
wrong?
he's got the authority to give the Senate seat to every. He can appoint whoever he wants, right?
Yeah, but he didn't. He
Okay.
sold the motherfucker.
Okay,
He can appoint
and you don't
whoever
think
gives
that's
him the
ever
most
happened
money.
Before. You don't think that's ever happened?
That's not the
Why
point.
does that matter? What does that have to
It
do
is
with
the
anything?
point.
No.
Anybody who's ever did that before should also be in prison.
Yes.
It should not be let out.
And anyone that does it after this should still go to fucking prison for their
For
first.
how long?
As long
that's
as,
not
long as
for
the
us to
judge
decide.
says.
That's somebody who went to years and years of law school, knows the precedents for other cases that have been set, and acts accordingly to what has happened before in our society, who normally would act
Now
democratically.
listen,
I'm sa-
if
all
his
I'm
lawyer
saying-
would have got him a better deal now, and it's like, so let's say his lawyer got the shit, whatever, hey, his lawyer fucking did some magic, and now he's getting out
It's
of jail.
Baring C, not Baron. Thank you.
I don't even remember what I was saying.
Hey,
Sorry.
leave him alone. I can't believe you got that pissed off about this. As if this is.
It's
It's
another fucking brick in the wall of the bullshit of politics in this country. Both sides are so full of shit. This one's just the latest in my face. It's like, come on, knock it off.
It's weighing
And you're right.
heavy
I don't
on
think
you.
I don't think he would be bothered if Trump pardoned Bernie
I wouldn't.
for anything. He could have shot somebody in the face, and as long as Trump
no.
said,
Selling a
"You're
Senate-
okay, Bernie. I don't give a fuck. Come on out. Let's have a party."
Trump said
Selling-
it, though.
selling
Yeah,
You're
Trump
right,
said
all
it.
right.
It's
You're right.
fine.
Armand's on board.
Selling
I
a
forgot.
Senate seat to me.
No big deal.
Yeah,
they
a
say
murder.
it's-
A murderer probably gets off after 6-7 years. I don't know what the average is, but they don't
Every
do
night.
14 years.
Irrelevant.
Exactly.
Very relevant.
It is not. He
Blame the
should
fucking
not.
judicial
The judicial system is obviously bullshit. If there's this kind of loophole,
Hey, now
It's
listen.
not a loophole. The
There's
president
fucking-
has the ability to commute a sentence, to pardon. That's part of the. I don't know why you think he did it. Now, whether you think it's right or wrong.
why I think Blagojevich did it? They have him on fucking
No.
recorded phone
No,
conversations.
why do you
selling it.
think Trump pardoned him? Just because he was on his show, I
He's
guess.
impulsive.
No, I don't think that. I think there was
Okay,
some sort of
why?
backdoor deal made in politics. You know how they do, and got him out.
on.
There's probably money.
You were just admitting that you think that this is not the first time that it happened.
course
And-
not. Happens
okay,
all the time,
so
but
then what's the hard thing to believe that fucking
No,
Trump's got some involvement
I think
here,
Trump
bud?
looked at it and said the guy's done 8 years.
Trump
I'm
is
gonna let him
honest.
out.
Trump would never do anything below board.
I didn't say that. In this case, I don't think he did.
Have you seen Trump's dick lately? Oh, it's in Armand's mouth. Never mind.
Oh,
we'll stop looking for it.
Yeah, I wouldn't look
That's
for
not
it.
Trump's dick. That's my dick.
How dare you?
In Armand's mouth.
And it's not in my mouth.
That's
It's docked
my
around
big-
my penis.
How dare
Big
you?
socialist cock in his mouth.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Fuck socialism. We're
Well,
right
we
there, though.
jumped
I'm
the
with you on
shark
that.
there, boys.
Well, who the hell are you going to vote for then? You hate everybody.
I do hate everybody at this point.
Stay home.
I'm probably
Stay home.
I'll,
Hey, if
and
the
catch the
coronavirus
virus.
hits, you won't have to worry about the fucking president.
I'll be
eh?
forced to go vote by my wife like I am every fucking time whenever I would normally rather just stay home. I'll pick the least of all these horrible evils.
I've really, honestly, I've known this guy years. I've never seen him this pissed off about anything.
I just don't think it's
Jeez.
fair. It's not fair. This is not how the system should work. And this dickhead's getting away with it. And then his followers, his fucking Luddites, his fucking troglodyte sons of bitches out there eating it up.
Luddites? I don't know about Luddites. I'm
Yeah,
not sure
well.
that's a proper
Fucking
term.
Luddites, right? Well, I'm
Luddite.
just saying.
You mean
How about troglodytes? Is that fine?
That's right.
mean-
Fucking troglodytes.
how about
I got
lumpen
it.
proletariat? How about that?
Yeah.
Since you're a Marxist, let's
No,
use the
I'm fine with
proper
troglodyte. Let's
terminology.
just stick with that one.
Troglodyte. Cro-Magnons?
Fucking Neanderthal.
Cronenberg.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll have an after show here in about 15 minutes.
Yes, we will.
Hopefully we don't discuss
Here, you
this.
win
There'll
the
be no
chocolate.
docking.
If you're giving away chocolate, I'll take chocolate. You know that.
It's fucking mine. Get out
Even
of
dock with me for that
that's
chocolate.
Oh, you can
that's
have
for
it.
Tonga.
Tonga, you're welcome.
It's the old Doc and Choc collection here.
Dock and all.
All right.
Doc and all. All right, guys, check out SurrealTalkPodcast.com.
Hit us on
leave us a
Twitter at
voicemail.
Surreal Talk Show.
I tell you, I got to tell you, I didn't think I certainly didn't think this show was going to turn into that.
And I didn't either.
Boy,
Hey, but that's what you get. You come here for Surreal Talk. You come here for the
It got surreal.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm not as fired up as I think
Boy,
Armand thinks I am.
You were pissed.
Yeah,
No, I
I've
just
never
think it's
seen it
highly
like
bullshit
this.
shit. And whenever you could sit there and
All right, it's
say it's fine all day long. You're right. All right, catch us here in the next episode. Download it. Blah blah
There'll
blah.
be more
blah.
screaming coming
We'll
up.
see you then. Thanks.
I can't believe it.
What, is that not fun? That's a great show.
That was a good show. All right, if you say so.
You don't think that was fun?
I was having fun.
All right, guys. We'll see you here in a couple minutes. Thanks.